got acai, and I got it from a place like 10 minutes away, and I literally just carried it all the way back home just so I could eat it on the roof. But I am going to stick with my plan and spend the rest of the day, for the most part, alone, and then go to bed early, wake up early, do some errands, which I never do, but I'm going to try to be an adult and do, and then go to work. This might seem like I'm rambling, but I'm just not going to think a lot before I record what I'm about to say. But earlier today, actually wait, there's a plane. Hold on. Okay, earlier today, I was supposed to meet Misato and Elias and Tony for lunch, but then I thought there was a miscommunication, and then they ended up not meeting me there. And so I ate lunch by myself, which I was totally fine with because I was super tired. Didn't really necessarily want to socialize. I was really hungry and wanted to eat and then meet them. And it like made me a little bit sad because I was like, oh, I've been talking about this all week and I wanted it to happen, and I thought that they were gonna like help me make that happen. But it's okay. I really was like fine with it. But I think I was just like so tired from everything. I like went to bed really late last night because I helped Rohan move. And then I woke up early because I really had like this goal to just like do work early in the morning today, or just like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because I really enjoyed it and I just like really wanted to do it again. I felt like it'd be like really fulfilling to do. That kind of made me tired, and I was just like more irritable. Like, I don't know, I forgot my pants for Tycho, so I had to go back and get them. And it just seemed like everyone was so focused on the show and not really like having fun, which I guess makes sense. But I was like, why is everyone in this like serious go mode? Which I feel like maybe I should have been more in. But yeah, then I just like was getting a little bit sad and lonely because I felt like I couldn't be this like worse version of myself that was like really tired around like Misato, and Tony wasn't there yet, but like even around Tony, I'm like, oh, I don't want to burden him. I was just feeling like very like isolated, but also proud of myself that I was like spending so much more time alone. But I just like wanted to isolate myself more because I was this like quote unquote like worse version of myself, like more tired. I didn't really want to like be on and be happy and bubbly. Yeah, I just like didn't want to be this bad version of me like in front of people. So then I just like felt very like lonely. And so then I ended up like walking back thinking, sulking maybe, and then I called Yao just to like catch up with her because she's been in LA, and I was just gonna see if she was like bored and wanted to talk. Yeah, I like talked to her for a bit. I definitely felt a lot better. I think I could have also like my plan B was to also like talk to myself, which always does make me feel better, which is one of the reasons I really enjoy vlogging. But because she was down to talk, it like was easy to just talk to her. After I talked to her, I felt a lot better. I had a way better attitude going into the performance. And like when I got there, I was super energetic and was able to pull off the show. I mean, it was just like one song. And then I like fell asleep during the rest of the show. And then I just walked back and then got this. Okay, so the thing that I was going to like say that I was feeling was what I said before, which was I feel like I tire myself out too much because I want to do all these things, and then I don't have like enough energy to have like a good like attitude, or I don't know if that makes sense, but like I just like don't have a good enough energy to like be positive and be the like best version of myself. And I think the older I get, the harder it is for me to like constantly push and do all the things I wanted to do, because like when I was younger, I definitely felt like anytime someone asked me to do something, or there was like this like chance to do something or chance to hang out, I'd like push until I was like completely exhausted. And yeah, I really liked the feeling of being exhausted because I just felt like I just did so much and I accomplished so much and I had so much fun. But now I think it's like I'm realizing when I am really exhausted, I just like don't do anything well, and like I can't focus on the present. And I'm like really feeling that now. The whole thing about like me feeling like lonely, basically I always want to be the like fun person to be around, because I feel like a lot of people think of me and they're like, oh, Jessica's so like fun, or she's so like exciting or so loud or so blah blah. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe that perception is actually false. But yeah, I feel like I try to like brighten the room, or I try to like make every situation fun or make things fun for everyone. And I know that that's like a fault in and of itself. Like, I'm not responsible for other people's emotions. Like, I'm not responsible for other people having fun. I really try hard to like make sure everyone's having a good time. And so I think that's why I never like let my guard down, and I never let myself be, I guess, human, in that like I have like days where I'm more irritable or more sad, or I really try hard not to like show it. That's exhausting. Like, to always be on, or to always like feel like you have to like push yourself to be like energetic, instead of just letting yourself like be how you want to be and how you want to feel. Honestly, like, if I did let myself be a little bit more like down, or a little bit more mellow or chill, like, I don't think anyone would think really much of it. But I just like focus so much on it because I'm like, oh, they're gonna notice. And it's kind of one of those things where it's like, maybe like one day they'll be like, oh, she was like in a really bad mood, and as a result, like, my opinion's going to change of her, and I'm not going to like her anymore, and I don't want to be her friend. I feel like that's the extreme that my brain goes through. And that's the exact same thing I feel with volleyball. It's like, people tend to think that I'm a good team player, or I'm someone that they want on their team, or like I'm good in this regard or whatever. And then I have a bad day, right? And then I'm like, oh my God, like, they're going to think that I suck, and it was just like a fluke that one time, you know? And so it's just like that kind of fear in volleyball, in social relationships, whatever, that I think I have. And like, that's just really exhausting to like feel like I can't ever just be how I want to feel as is, whatever I'm feeling at that time. I was telling I was like, oh, sometimes I feel like I don't really have any friends because I'm just scared to like be my true self sometimes, except with her. And she's like, well, you've never tried, right? Like, how do you know that they're not going to want to be your friend anymore? They don't want to hang out with you if you just like don't really let yourself be as you are. So I don't know. I think anytime Yao and I always talk, the both of us to each other are always like, yeah, you're thinking way too fucking much about it. Like, no one's thinking that much about you. That's so right. It's just so hard to convince myself. Like, no matter how many times I like tell myself that that's the case, there's no like changing my brain unless like you're like actively like making yourself aware of it. I think I just need to be better about balancing like my time and prioritizing the things that I want to prioritize, because I really do feel like I'm trying to change my lifestyle, change my habits, and I think that alone will like change my mood. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. Okay, bye.